All right, good evening. It is 6:30. This is the Planning and Zoning Commission. It is September 5th, 2023. We're looking at City Hall, Council Chambers, 101 South Main Street in Joshua. We'll go ahead and jump in here and go down to letter A and call to order and announce that a quorum is present. Moving on to the citizens forum. The Planning and Zoning Commission invites citizens to speak on any topic. However, unless that item is specifically noted on the agenda, the Planning and Zoning Commission is required under the Texas Open Meetings Act to limit its response to responding with a statement of specific factual information reciting the city's existing policy or directing the person making the inquiry to visit with city staff about the issue. No commission deliberation is permitted. Each person will have 3 minutes to speak.
No, sir. No, sir.
Moving on to C, there's the regular agenda. Number 1 is to discuss, consider, and possible action on the meeting minutes from July the 6th, 2023.
Make the motion we approve.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Okay. And we're moving on here at 6:31. We'll open up a public hearing on a request for amending subsection C, public hearing and notice of section 3.1.4, amended changes and procedure of the city zoning ordinance found in chapter 14 zoning of this code of ordinances of the city of Joshua, Texas, by providing for notices related to a change in a zoning regulation that could result in non-conforming use consistent with Senate Bill 929, amending section 4.1.11, memorization of Article 4, non-conformities of the city zoning ordinance found in chapter 14 zoning of the code of ordinance of the city of Joshua, Texas, providing memorization procedures consistent with Senate Bill 929, providing for accounting, providing for observability clause, providing for publication, providing an effective date. I know. I'm ready for you. Go ahead, Steph.
Okay, so this is just a recent city bill that was passed during the 2023 legislative session. Basically just identifying the procedures for public hearing notice and also the non-conformities, amortization. And both of those two are listed within the ordinance.
Is there anybody here who wants to speak on that? No. Then we'll close our public hearing at 6:33. We'll move on to action number 3, which is to discuss, consider, and possible action on the ordinance change that we just had a public hearing. Like motion with ordinance. I do have a motion. Second. You have a second. All those in favor? All right. Moving on to number 4, which is discuss, consider, and possible action on approval. Approving a final plat regarding 1.5 acres of land known as Lot 1, Block 1, Versailles Edition, Community Varied Survey, after number 40, City of Joshua, Johnson County, Texas, located 1201 South Broadway Street for future construction of a car wash.
Okay, this property is undeveloped and has never been platted. This property is zoned C1 Restricted Commercial District. The plat is converting one tract into one platted lot for the construction of a car wash. Water is provided by the Johnson County Special Utility District. A letter of final approval has been submitted. Right-of-way dedications have already been dedicated. This plat appears to meet the minimum requirements for a final plat as set forth in the City of Joshua's subdivision ordinance. Therefore, we recommend approval.
Okay. Quick question, the Bayside Plant Review states development has not submitted a non-standard application. Utility plans will be required to follow Bayside process.
Right, so that's their process that they do separately from ours, but they've already submitted. And I was kind of confused on that lettering also, because if you look at the date, it was sent way back months ago. And so I last received a phone call from Nan Bice, which is the Development Services Director for the development department, and she said that they were close in finishing the construction plans on their side of it, so. Yeah, I think whoever sent that approval letter is new, and they may have just sent the wrong one, but that's what they sent us. But there again, that's separate from what our procedures are.
They said I'll get water, they said figure out how to get all their stuff in line to get the water.
Oh, yeah, they've already passed that. That's what I was trying to. They've already passed that step. Because they're in the construction process review right now, and they're almost finished.
Any other questions or concerns?
Now, just ask next time if you would, Aaron, just make sure that, you know, before it throws in the packet that Jay said, it just keeps it simple. I mean, if we don't have the approval letter, it, you know, just puts a burden on us. Okay, well, I have an approval letter. I got your word on it, which your word's gold, I know, right? But I'm just saying that. You know,
Yeah, that's fine.
make sure that, you know, we at least have the right data, otherwise we have pushed off it, but we'll get the right data.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
We have a motion in a second. All in favor? Great. All right. Discuss, consider impossible action on approval of a final plat regarding 31.854 acre land known as lot 1 and 2 block in the Dornan acres. Some Bird survey abstract number 40 of the Queen Wind survey abstract number 636, city of Joshua, Johnson County, Texas. Located at 1301 South Broadway Street for the future construction of 2 residential homes.
This property is undeveloped and has never been platted. The subject property has been used as agricultural raw land. This property is zoned R1 single family residential district. The plat is converting one tract into 2 platted lots for the construction of 2 residential homes. Water is provided by Johnson County Special Utility District. The letter of final approval has been submitted. Right-of-way dedications have already been dedicated. This plat appears to meet the minimum requirements for a final plat as set forth in the city of Joshua's subdivision ordinance. Therefore, we recommend approval.
Yeah, final plat, I just don't see where maybe I'm missing it, where the homes would go.
Yeah, so this is a really, there's a lot, yeah, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot going on. We've got gas well setbacks, we have the floodplain, we have gas lines. But if you'll notice on lot 2, if you're looking at that section, there's like a dotted circular line. So if you go just north of that, in that little section right there, that's where the house is going to go for lot 2. Because it has to be outside of that 600-foot setback from that gas well.
Right, right.
So there's enough acreage there for one
There's enough
house.
acres in both, but it's still, yeah, you got a lot of well.
Yeah, we went through months of this back and forth, and then for lot 1, the house is actually going to be on the southern side, just northwest of the dotted line of the gas line, where it says C&J Investments. That's where the second or the home on that lot will go, because they won't have access on the northern side. They only have access off of 174.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a little tough. There's a lot going on. Yeah, Yeah, it was like-
That's 30 acres, right?
correct. Yeah, it was over 30 acres.
Have we discussed this property before?
We did a zoning change.
That's.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any questions, concerns, or discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
There's a motion and a second, all those in favor? Okay. Last is number 6, to discuss and update on an ordinance amending the industrial subdivision ordinance to be in full compliance and meet the House Bill number 3699 requirement.
Okay, so during the 88th Texas Legislature regular session, House Bill 3699 was approved and signed by Governor Abbott. House Bill 3699 addresses multiple aspects of subdivision and planning regulations for municipalities. This ordinance amends the city of Joshua's current subdivision ordinance, so the city will be in full compliance with the new legislation. The effective date of the new legislation is September 1st. And following is a short summary of House Bill 3699 as it relates to the city of Joshua. And if there are any questions off of that long section, I'd be more than happy to answer any. I will share also, we have hired a consultant who is looking at this actual section of the subdivision ordinance. He sent over a copy last Thursday. I believe Mike, our city manager, has sent it off to Terry to review. What he's doing is he's kind of going through the actual subdivision ordinance and making some changes to reflect what the House bill has been approved as.
Question, why would we have somebody do that when we have Terry? Why wouldn't he just be the, I don't say on that,
Well,
we're paying twice.
well, this person had a background in planning and zoning. And so it goes, I guess, into more depth of meeting the requirements or trying to find like a faster review for plats. I guess you just had more of a background and experience that, that of where he could help us with the subdivision ordinance. And he's not only working on this, he's also looking at other areas of the subdivision ordinance. Once he's off of, or once he's completed that task, he's also going to be looking at our zoning ordinance. So he's also making changes to that as well.
This is the ordinance the council's already approved, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, on this ordinance here, when the law changed, Terry, the city attorney, did write this ordinance. It has been to council. It has been approved. So it's just brought to P and Z just as an update so you understand the changes.
Any questions for? It's already been approved, so thank you. All right, anything else? Yeah, then we are adjourned at 6:44.